And if I was supposed to be a good leader, I need to be a good follower. I know
That's
a
not
lot
a
of people.
name drop. That's a name bomb, bro. Like what? I get I get really really fed up quickly when I can tell that somebody is just
Shoot, bro. By the time I was married, I had pretty much honed my skills, and I've been on tour with different artists, background singing, you name it, man. Playing guitar, playing bass,
yeah.
BGVs, whatever.
Yep.
And God was like in 2020 during COVID, hey man, I need you to put your music out. And
Mm.
I still have thousands of songs in the vault. And I don't know, man. I've always been the person that's more focused on other people than me.
Yeah.
And God
Oof.
told me to look in to yourself and look into what I've given you. Open your eyes to what I want to do in you and through you, because you're just as special as the people you help and that have been on tour with, that have won Grammys and Dove Awards and all that.
Yeah.
I have something in you too. We all have a gift and a calling, and once we find that, we're supposed to move in that and get closer to God and say, Jesus, what more can I do? What do you want me to do? How can I walk this out with you, God? And that's
Yeah.
all I've been doing, man. In 2020, I said, okay. Even then, I was like, I had probably $5,000 worth of equipment.
Wow.
And God was like, do it. So I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna put an album out and see what happens.
Yeah. Just be
and
obedient, right?
Yeah, just be obedient, man. Because I know the music industry. I seen it and learned it and everything. So I just did it myself. And again, I look back at it and I'm like, man, I want to take this music down. But that same music, like I was telling you,
Mm.
it has saved people's lives. It has. I get messages of people who have suicidal thoughts, people who
Hmm.
have
Yeah.
their mothers or fathers or sons or cousins had died, and heard a song that uplifted their spirits.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like God has moved, and that just kind of kept me going. And okay, God, you are moving. It's impacting. I'm doing something good.
Yeah.
And now 2023, shoot, I'm on the way to the Stella Awards this week.
Okay.
I'm putting on my second promoted myself promoting an event. And my homie Zay Hill is going to be on, and a bunch of other artists in
Yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee, at the 22nd. I've been doing camps. I've been doing festivals. I've been getting called out. Just God just keeps moving, man, and it starts with obedience.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I want to backtrack a little bit. So you were talking about before you were putting out anything specifically for you, you were serving, and you were
Yep.
serving however, whatever means that you have already equipped yourself to do throughout the years of just learning how to do stuff, right? And so as you've lived life and as God has brought different interests out of you, and you put in the work to cultivate that stuff, right? I mean, especially as a musician, like
Yep.
it's not something that you just, oh, I figured out how to nail this board really good. Not to say that there aren't some exceptional, carpenters. I'm not trying to say that, but what I'm saying is that with the musician, like you got to understand chords, you got to understand so many different things that you have to put in some real time and energy to do that. And as you are doing that, and as you were growing in that, it was for service of
Yeah.
others. And so I wanted to kind of touch back on what was it like for you to be serving others through music or singing or however,
Yeah.
while feeling this nudge to doing something on your own? Because, and the reason why I say this is because sometimes I'm envisioning, and maybe the timeline for me in my head is wrong, but I'm envisioning where you are having these abilities to be able to do things for yourself and on your own.
Right.
However, you're taking the back seat instead and thinking of others. And so I just kind of wanted to know, like, how like where were you mentally with that? Was it kind of like a oh, I'm not good for this, like this is like I'm just a better number two person or whatever, or was it a tension where you're like, well, I kind of actually want to grow out of it, but this is where I'm stuck. So I just kind of Talk that.
So basically, to answer your question, man, um, again, like I was telling you, man, my name means leader,
Mm-hmm.
and if I was supposed to be a good leader, I need to be a good follower.
Woo! Yes, sir.
So
Say that again.
I need to, if I want to be a good leader and have good servants, I need to be a good servant. I need
Yes.
to serve my servants. You
Please,
feel me?
bro.
So,
Please unpack that. Please. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go in there. Go in there.
so basically, man, I want to learn. I tell people I'm a sponge. That's what I am naturally. I'm a research nut. I look how I am, but if I had glasses and a button up tie and a suit, you would think I was a nerd, man, because I love obtaining knowledge.
Yeah.
I love obtaining um, wisdom. You
Always
know
a
what I'm
student.
saying? And when you are obedient to God, He opens doors for you.
Mm.
When you want His will for your life,
Yeah.
that is a cheat code to Him opening doors for you. I'm in Nashville. I'm in Music City. I have a lot of people that live here that want that do what I wanted to do at the time. That did what I aspired to do. Who
Mm.
were what I aspired to be. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And there was many times I almost quit, and God would open the door to something crazy, man. I don't like to name drop, but I can name drop a little bit just to kind of give a
Hey, go
picture.
ahead, bro. Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That my brother-in-law, his father is Brian Lennox, and Brian Lennox is a very well-known music producer. He
Mm.
produced a lot of things. I know a lot of you guys know Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
He produced the music for Prince of Egypt.
What?
Yes,
Bro.
I know
That's
a
not
lot
a
of you
name
guys.
drop. That's a name bomb, bro. Like what?
I know you guys know Toby Mac, Michael W. Smith, the OGs, the legends.
Yes,
He
sir.
produced a lot of their music, a lot of their music.
Wow.
So he helped me. He took me in, man, when I was about to be done with music.
Mm.
And it was around the same time that, remember that trajectory, everything's leading to the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, right before I got married, I was about to quit. Nothing was going for me. It was at the end of that tunnel. I see light, but the light is dim. I
Yeah.
can't really tell, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but I'm at the end. So it gets harder when you're about to get breakthrough. It gets harder. You got to get chiseled, you know what I'm saying? You got to be ready. God has to trust you for that next moment
Yes,
that
sir.
you're about to walk into. So in that moment, I learned how to serve Brian Lennox, man. And at that time, you know what I'm saying, he's producing Toby Mac. He's producing Capital Kings. He's producing, Mandisa stuff. He's producing Tornwell stuff. He's producing Red. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that I got to be a part of and learn, and
Yeah.
you know, it just helped, man.
Yeah.
So in that time, I didn't feel as though, oh, let me get my shot. Let me shoot my shot.
Mm.
I was authentic. I was real, and I really came to learn. And
That's good.
that's what I found out. Um, the legends in this game, they respect that, and they want to help. They want to help those who really want to learn and really
Yep.
want to, get better at the craft that they are good at or gifted at. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It was just learning how to be a servant, and once I learned how to be humble,
Yes. Yes.
I started seeing myself be elevated. And
You know,
again,
and sorry to cut you off. So, but the
yeah,
thing is about humility, right? I just want to briefly touch on this. You're not being fake humble
no,
where you're not, it's like, oh no, I know I'm not that good. No, 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 right? It's not something like that. But there's also a difference between humility where it's authentic of I truly want to serve you. I have
yeah,
no gain. I don't want to gain anything other than the knowledge of being with you, being
right,
able to be able to be a co-laborer of what
yeah,
God already has you doing. And so I just want to come alongside. Bro, the reason why it gets so respected, especially with the old heads, especially the people who know better, is because it is so rare. It is not a common thing. Rather, in the Christian space, mainstream, it doesn't matter. And so I get really, really fed up quickly when I can tell that somebody is just having a conversation because at the end of this conversation, they're going to drop something. They're going to want something. They're going to try to ask for something. They're going to say, hey, man, just let me know and I can come out with you. And it's just like, so that's why it's so highly respected. And that's what true humility is, where it's, I literally, I've got nothing. I've got nothing for this other than I want to be yoked up with you and grind out what God has already doing. So that's hats off to you, bro, because that's not a normal thing by any means.
I noticed, and growing up, I noticed that. But again, learning how to be a leader, you have to learn how to be a good follower. So
Amen.
I followed with pride. I followed with the intention of I'm going to be the best at this.
Yes.
So if he needs me to hook up these chords and make sure this whole joint is ready for people to come in and record, I'm going to make sure it's flawless. If I'm background singing for Nicole C. Mullen or playing guitar with Cannon, you know what I'm saying, Derek Miner or whoever, I'm making sure that I'm doing my best.
Yes.
Even though my carnal nature, of course, I want to be on the mic with them.
Yeah.
I want to be rocking with them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even thinking about that when I'm focused. I'm locked in.
That's dope.
I'm locked in serving. I come to do a job. I'm a martial artist, man. I'm very disciplined. I come in, I do a job, I complete it. I complete it with excellence, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't done with excellence, I failed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we're called to do everything unto excellence unto the Lord. And
unto the Lord, spirit of excellence.
When you serving and you're serving out of excellence, you're not serving. I'm not serving Stephen Malcolm. I'm not serving, Toby Mac. I'm not serving them specifically. I am serving the God that they serve, that I serve, right? And by doing that, by proxy, I'm able to serve them well. And more importantly, be a better representation as to what it is to be a Christ follower. Not just somebody who wears the t-shirt, but somebody who actually walks this out when that mug is not pretty or easy, especially with the temptation. I love the fact that you talked about like just that temptation and then that desire to, of course, I'd like to be out there. It's kind of like any other sin or temptation, like like lust. All right, we're just going to use lust.
That booty.
Ain't nothing wrong. Again, that thought is natural and it's put in you. Okay.
Yeah.
What you do with that thought is how you show who you serve.
Who do you serve?
That's good.
Do you serve your body? Are you a slave to your sin? Or do you serve God? Do you serve his ways? Are you a slave to him? Are you a servant to him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
And I promise you, for you guys out there, a word of encouragement. If you are a slave to your body, it's okay because one, Jesus comes with grace. Amen. You always have what you call a grace period. As you're learning more and more how to walk with God, God gives you a period of grace so that you don't have to worry about being perfect. But there is what you call a spirit of excellence. You don't want to slap God in the face and say, I'm sorry. And then continue slapping him. I'm sorry. Slap. I'm sorry. Slap. I'm sorry. You're not sorry.
No, you're not.
If you slapping your best friend, or let's say punching them, knocking them out, and you say, I'm sorry, then you do it again, we're not friends no more.
Right. We're going to scrap now.
You know what I'm saying? God's the same way. It's a relationship. This ain't a religion.
Yeah. Hey, if you liked any of this content and you found some value in it, make sure that you like, subscribe, and of course, share it. Also, if you're interested in some more, go ahead and check out these videos. Till next time, grace and peace. Adios.